Listen, if you are a man over 50 taking creatine right now, or thinking about starting, there is one side effect that could genuinely put you in the hospital, and I guarantee your supplement store did not mention it. It is not kidney damage. It is not bloating. It is not that nonsense about hair loss your neighbor warned you about. This side effect is backed by actual medical research. It becomes significantly more dangerous after age 50. And the worst part is that most men have no idea they are walking straight into it. Today I am going to tell you exactly what this side effect is, why your age makes you particularly vulnerable, and the simple adjustments that could literally save your life. But here's what I need from you first. If you want my free 30-day workout plan specifically designed for men over 50, comment the word active right now. Just type active in the comments. I read every single comment, and I will personally make sure you get that plan. Now let us get into this, because what I am about to share changed how I recommend creatine to every single client over 50. The hidden cardiovascular pressure effect that doctors are just now connecting to creatine in older men. Here is where things get serious, and I need you to pay close attention because this information is genuinely important for your health. The most dangerous creatine side effect nobody talks about after age 50 is its potential impact on blood pressure and cardiovascular strain, particularly in men who already have underlying heart conditions they may not even know about. Now, before you panic and flush your creatine down the toilet, let me explain exactly what is happening inside your body. Creatine works by pulling water into your muscle cells. This is actually a good thing for performance, which is why bodybuilders and athletes love it. However, after age 50, this water redistribution mechanism interacts with your cardiovascular system in ways that younger men simply do not experience. A study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that creatine supplementation can cause acute fluid shifts that temporarily increase blood volume. For a 25-year-old with flexible arteries and a heart that pumps like a brand new engine, this is barely noticeable. But here is the thing nobody mentions. After age 50, your arteries have likely lost some of their elasticity. Your heart may already be working harder than it did 20 years ago. And roughly half of men over 50 have some degree of undiagnosed hypertension. When you add creatine to this equation, you are essentially asking blood vessels that have lost their youthful flexibility to handle additional fluid volume. For some men, this creates a cardiovascular stress response that can manifest as elevated blood pressure, increased heart rate during rest, or in serious cases, dangerous strain on an already compromised cardiovascular system. And here's the part that really concerns me. A 2023 review examining creatine use in aging populations noted that men over 50 who begin creatine supplementation without baseline cardiovascular assessment may unknowingly exacerbate existing conditions. The research suggested that the loading phase, where people take 20 grams daily for a week, can create the most significant fluid shifts and the highest potential for cardiovascular stress. I am not telling you this to scare you away from creatine entirely. Creatine remains one of the most researched and generally beneficial supplements available. But your 50-year-old body is not the same as your 30-year-old body, and pretending otherwise is how men end up in emergency rooms wondering what went wrong. The solution starts with awareness. Before you touch creatine, you need to know your baseline blood pressure, not the reading you got 3 years ago at a random doctor visit. I mean your actual current blood pressure, measured consistently over several days. If you are already dealing with hypertension, or if you are taking blood pressure medication, this conversation needs to happen with your doctor, not with some guy at the supplement store who gets commission on every tub he sells. Speaking of things supplement stores will not tell you, let me move on to the second heading, because this connects directly to what we just discussed. Why the standard creatine dosing protocol was never designed for men over 50 and how this multiplies your risk. Here is something that might make you legitimately angry when you realize it. Virtually every creatine dosing recommendation you have ever read, every scoop measurement on the tub, every loading protocol discussed online, all of this research was conducted primarily on young, healthy male athletes, typically between 18 and 30 years old. Let that sink in for a moment. The dosing protocols that men over 50 follow religiously were designed for bodies that function completely differently from theirs. It is like using a fuel recommendation designed for a sports car in a vehicle with 200,000 miles on the engine. The basic chemistry might be similar, but the real-world application could cause serious problems. Research published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology in 2022 specifically examined creatine metabolism in aging populations and found some fascinating differences. Older adults actually retain creatine more efficiently than younger adults, which sounds like good news until you realize what it means for dosing. If you are following the same protocol as a 25-year-old, you may be accumulating creatine and its associated water retention at a faster rate than intended. This is where the cardiovascular concern we discussed becomes even more relevant. The loading phase that young athletes use, typically 20 grams daily for 5 to 7 days, can cause dramatic fluid shifts in older men. Some research suggests that men over 50 experience 30 to 40% greater initial water retention compared to younger subjects taking identical doses. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking that you feel fine, that you have been taking creatine for years without any problems. And you might be absolutely right. Plenty of men over 50 use creatine successfully without any issues whatsoever. But here is the uncomfortable truth. The men who experience serious problems often felt fine right up until the moment they did not. The more intelligent approach for men over 50 involves completely skipping the loading phase entirely. Recent research actually suggests that the loading phase provides minimal long-term advantage anyway. You reach the same muscle saturation levels within about 3 to 4 weeks using just 3 to 5 grams daily. You just get there more gradually, with significantly less stress on your cardiovascular system. And here is a piece of information that I genuinely wish someone had told me years ago. Timing matters more than most people realize, especially for older men. Taking creatine immediately before cardiovascular exercise can compound the fluid shift effect during the exact moment your heart is already working harder. For men over 50, taking creatine after workouts or on rest days may provide the same benefits with less cardiovascular stress. But dosing and timing are only part of the equation. The third heading addresses something that makes all of these concerns either much better or significantly worse, depending on how you handle it. The hydration paradox that turns creatine from helpful to hazardous in aging bodies. Now we need to talk about water, and I promise this is more complicated and more important than you think. You have probably heard that creatine requires extra hydration. Every article, every YouTube video, every trainer mentions drinking more water when taking creatine. What they do not mention is that after age 50, your relationship with hydration becomes genuinely tricky, and creatine adds complexity that could put you in dangerous territory. Here is what happens inside an aging body that makes this so important. As men age, the thirst mechanism in the brain becomes less sensitive. Studies show that men over 50 often operate in a state of chronic mild dehydration without even realizing it. You simply do not feel as thirsty as you used to, even when your body genuinely needs water. Your kidneys also become less efficient at concentrating urine and conserving water. Now add creatine to this situation. Creatine is pulling water into your muscle cells, which is its entire purpose. But if you are already operating in a dehydrated state without knowing it, creatine starts pulling water from places you need it, including your blood plasma. This creates what I call the hydration paradox. Your muscles might actually feel better because they are receiving water. Meanwhile, your blood is becoming more concentrated, which increases viscosity and makes your heart work harder to pump it. For a man over 50 with any degree of arterial stiffness or existing cardiovascular concerns, this is genuinely problematic. A 2021 study in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports found that older adults taking creatine without adequately increasing fluid intake showed markers of increased blood viscosity and cardiovascular strain. The participants felt fine, reported good workout performance, but their blood work told a different story. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Simply drinking more water is not always the complete solution. If you dramatically increase water intake without adequate electrolyte balance, you can dilute your sodium levels, creating a condition called hyponatremia that is particularly dangerous for older adults. This is another area where the standard advice given to young athletes can actually harm older men. The smarter approach involves consistent hydration throughout the day rather than large volumes at once. Adding a pinch of quality salt to your water or consuming electrolyte-rich foods helps maintain proper mineral balance while supporting the increased fluid demands of creatine supplementation. Some newer research even suggests that men over 50 may benefit from slightly increasing their sodium intake when using creatine, which runs completely counter to the low sodium advice most of us have been hearing for decades. Monitoring your hydration status becomes genuinely important. Urine color should be pale yellow, not clear and not dark. If you experience headaches, dizziness, unusual fatigue, or irregular heartbeat, these could indicate either dehydration or electrolyte imbalance, both of which creatine can exacerbate in older men. This brings us to the final heading, where I am going to tell you exactly what to do with all this information. The intelligent creatine protocol for men over 50 that maximizes benefits while minimizing every risk we discussed. All right, I have spent the last several minutes explaining what can go wrong. Now let me tell you exactly how to use creatine safely and effectively as a man over 50, because despite everything I said, I still believe creatine offers genuine benefits for aging men when used intelligently. First, before you start creatine or continue taking it, get a basic cardiovascular assessment. This means knowing your current blood pressure, getting a recent lipid panel, and ideally having a conversation with your doctor about your heart health. I know that sounds annoying. I know you would rather just take the supplement and move on with your life. But 10 minutes with your doctor could save you from serious problems down the road. Second, forget the loading phase entirely. There is no meaningful advantage for men over 50, and the risks we discussed make it completely unnecessary. Start with 3 grams daily, not 5, and give your body 2 weeks to adjust before even considering a slight increase. This approach reaches the same muscle saturation levels with significantly less cardiovascular stress. Third, timing matters. Take your creatine after workouts rather than before, and preferably with food. This slows absorption slightly, reducing the acute fluid shifts that cause problems. On rest days, take it with breakfast or lunch rather than in the evening, as some research suggests creatine can affect sleep quality in older adults. Fourth, your hydration strategy needs structure. Aim for consistent water intake throughout the day, approximately half your body weight in ounces as a baseline. Then add another 16 to 20 ounces to account for creatine. Include electrolytes, either through your diet or through targeted supplementation. Monitor your urine color and how you feel. Fifth, and this is genuinely important, pay attention to warning signs. If you experience unusual shortness of breath, persistent elevated heart rate at rest, significant blood pressure increases, or chest discomfort, stop creatine immediately and consult your doctor. These symptoms are rare, but they require immediate attention. Now here is the good news after all these warnings. When used correctly with these protocols, creatine remains one of the most beneficial supplements for men over 50. Research consistently shows improvements in muscle mass, strength, cognitive function, and even bone density. A 2022 meta-analysis found that creatine combined with resistance training provided significantly greater benefits for older adults than resistance training alone. The key is respecting what your body needs at this stage of life rather than pretending you can follow protocols designed for men half your age. Your 50-year-old body has different requirements, different vulnerabilities, and honestly, different potential. Creatine can help you access that potential when used intelligently. If you found this information valuable, do me a favor right now. Drop the word active in the comments below to get my free 30-day workout plan designed specifically for men over 50. This plan pairs perfectly with intelligent creatine use and helps you maximize every benefit we discussed while respecting your body's actual needs. Hit that subscribe button because I create content specifically for men over 50 who want real information, not recycled advice designed for 20-year-olds. And share this video with any man over 50 who is taking creatine or considering it, because this information could genuinely make a difference in someone's health. I will see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay smart, and respect what your body is telling you.